Look at this jerk in the box truck. So, oh shit, wait a minute, hold on. Okay, GPS was just saying I was off course. So, I'm on my way to go look at 2006 Honda Element. Pretty good deal, looks like. We'll see what the actual scoop is. It's got 135,000 miles. Looks like it's a one owner. Person says all it needs is shocks. And the Elements down here go for big money, especially in 06. It's a $5,000–6,000 truck. This person's asking $4,000. They said they're negotiable. So my buddy's big into Elements. He buys them all the time and fixes them up. And I sent it to him, and he says, go after that thing, man. It's a great deal. So we're going to look at it. And just a little background on why I'm looking at an Element. I think they're pretty cool. I think it's a real useful vehicle for all the kind of shit that I do. A lot of outdoorsy kind of stuff. It's got the bed thing that folds down the back. It's all rubber inside, so I can put dirty shit in it and clean the vehicle very easy. They're really good on gas. I've driven many of them because my buddy, again, he always has. Sorry if you guys can't see me, but I gotta focus here. I'm not putting the light on. Here, better off just looking at the road. But like I was saying, I've driven them many times. They drive very nice, and for a four-banger, you never know it. They're very smooth running engines. It feels like a six-cylinder in it, to be honest. Probably that VTEC. So anyway, on my way to look, I'm gonna hop over here for 95. I'm about 13 minutes out, meeting at a supermarket parking lot. So hopefully I can cut a deal tonight. Hopefully this thing's good. Holy fucking shit! Look at that! Look at the fire in the express lane. Can you guys see that? What the fuck? That's terrible. Oh my God. Holy shit. That's fucking terrible. Oh my God. That's fucking awful. I'm like getting goosebumps for that person. That's fucking shitty. I hope they're okay. Alright guys, there it is. So, I bought the Element. The kid was asking $4,000 for it, and my offer of $2,200 was accepted for a 2006 Element with a pristine interior and almost perfect exterior. There's not a dent on it. There's two minor scratches. It needs tires. It needs shocks. That's all I can see that's wrong with it. And it's got some very minor oil leaks, typical of a 10-year-old vehicle, but nothing alarming. It drives great. There's no engine noise. I mean, it was well maintained. It's a new alternator, new starter. The brake pads are good. The rotors are good. The steering's tight. $2,200. I don't know what to say right now. Now, granted, I'm sure I'm going to find some more issues as I dive into this thing, but I think I'm pretty safe at $2,200 for a vehicle that's worth $6,000. It's got low miles, no check engine lights, no lights at all. Well, it's got headlights and taillights, but no bad lights. The exhaust is good. I mean, what do you say to that? $2,200. So I went through the car. I told the kid, listen, I'm a mechanic, which to myself I am. To you guys, I'm not. You know, and I went through it. But I know, you know what? While I don't fix cars that often, I know I can diagnose a car better than anybody. And I went through it. I picked up every little minor thing, and I exaggerated some things. And that's what we do in the car buying business. And so anyway, went through the vehicle, told what was going on. And I said, okay, listen, you know it needs some work. You said it was negotiable. You know, the Blue Book value is $4,000, which I don't know what it actually is. He said it was. I disagree with him. I go, based on that, you know, I'm going to have to do all this work to it. What's your best price? And I'm thinking he's going to say like $3,800, $3,600 or something. The kid says $3,000. And I'm like, whoa, we just dropped $1,000. So I'm like, you know, deep inside, I'm like dancing around, like, fuck yeah. But you know, I'm like, geez, I don't know. I go, we're close, but not really. You know, I go, let me take a look at one more thing. So I'm like, that's my excuse to think of a number to offer without just jumping. You gotta be smart, you gotta play your poker face. You can't just get all emotional and throw back a number quick. You have to make it look well thought out. So I start looking at the power, at the rack and pinion, and one of the boots is loose on it. So I'm like, oh no, the boot is, well, I didn't say that. I go, there's a problem with the rack and pinion. You know, it's gonna have all sorts of issues. I'm gonna have to probably rebuild that too. I go, with that in mind, I go, geez, let me think about it. You know, just doing the act. And I go, the best price I can do is $2,200. I didn't want to go $2,000 because that's dropping another $1,000. That's probably too dramatic of a drop, and that might have scared him off. So I went $2,200. And I'm thinking he's gonna counter at $2,500 and whatever, I'd recounter like $2,350, we'd be mint. Guy goes, okay, $2,200, I'll do it. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So anyway, I'm pumped. I'm driving my truck. The only thing I'm not happy about, I wanted to do the deal right then and there. Get the title, give him the cash. There's no going back on it. And although he seems very happy to sell it to me, he goes, I'd rather sell it to a mechanic, you know, with all these issues it needs, I don't want to have a liability. And so I think we'll be all right. But he wanted to, the title was back at his house, and he's like, okay, well, you know, bring your truck home and come back with an Uber or whatever, and we'll do the deal when you get back. So I'm just hoping this guy hasn't changed his mind, or nobody else calls him and says, oh, I'll give you the full amount. Although he said to me, he goes, I'd rather sell it to you for the $2,200 than to somebody else with the $4,000, and again, have a problem with them feeling like they got ripped off. Very nice guy. So I think we'll be okay. I hope I don't have a problem getting home, because there was that car on fire. I'm heading southbound, but look at this. This is Miami. Look at this shit. The roads do not hold the capacity of vehicle. I have to go this way. And that, look at that lane and that lane. It just makes no sense, these roads at all. So I'm driving home. I'm fucking hauling home. I'm gonna hop in a goddamn Uber. I'm not even gonna try to call a friend. I need to get this thing now before anybody changes their mind. Fuck, now where is this thing trying to take me? It's trying to take me left here. I mean, look at, I had 10 seconds to react here, and now I'm in a lane I'm not supposed to be in. So I'm gonna go pick this thing up as soon as I can. It's a great buy. My buddy, yeah, I think he's asleep or something now, who loves Elements, he is gonna shit his pants when he hears what I paid for that car. I mean, he buys them with bad engines and bad transmissions for $2,200, fixes them and makes a profit. This one's driving, and it's driving fine. Oh, and I forgot, the fucking transmission was rebuilt. The transmission was rebuilt with the paperwork. So, I mean, fuck. This is a great buy so far. Every time I say that, there ends up being something wrong with the vehicle. Look at the Envoy. But I think it's gonna be pretty hard to get hurt in this one, because it's worth $6,000 all day long. The cosmetic condition's perfect. The seats always crack on the leather. The little suede part, not suede, but it's like a vinyl on the side of the seat. The center's cloth. Not even a crack on the seats. It's mint. By the way, you guys remember that car fire earlier? Look at the traffic on I-95 North. And I've been passing bumper to bumper for like 2 miles now. That's what I have to come back in, which is not an option. All right, so I'm in the new Element, the $2,200 Element, 138,000 miles, no check engine light. It's running great, drives great. Obviously because of the tires, which are bad, and the shocks, the highway ride is a little shimmy, if that's a word, shimmying a bit, I should say. But I expected that, and I'm gonna be changing those shocks and tires as soon as possible. AC works great. Everything's great. I'm very happy with this buy. $2,200. You cannot touch this deal. 2006, not a 2003, 2006 Element with a rebuilt transmission, with paperwork, in excellent cosmetic condition. Probably one of the best I've seen for $2,200. I'm ecstatic. So yeah, I'll do a better clip of it when I get back to the house, but that's the scoop. So far so good. Nice and I'll tell you what, these Elements drive so nice. You never know it has a 4-cylinder in it. Look at this shit. Look at this. Miami. Fuck it. Beautiful. Real smart. Guy, look, I'm paying attention. And you get this jerk up here. That's why you gotta pay attention down here. There's an accident every minute. So, I'm gonna try to, I got my little headlamp on. Hopefully make the light a little bit better. You know, I'm just gonna hold it because I'm not getting a good angle. So I'm back with the Element. No issues in the way home. You can see the paint is just pristine on this thing. It's a real nice blue. The only issue I have with it, and it didn't really happen until I got just about home, which was a 40-minute drive, is that the front passenger caliper seems to be sticking, which thing's been sitting, not a big deal. I'm just relieved. I thought, like, oh shit, are the motor mounts bad or something? And no, that's easy, piece of cake. I figured it was gonna need brakes anyway, but honestly, I might just get away with doing the caliper up there, maybe the pads in the front. Rear pads are really good on it. Otherwise, it's been fantastic. Runs like a dream, ice cold air. You can see the only real damage on it is this scraping up here, which I can touch that up, no problem. A couple of minor dings, but really for an Element, an 06 Element, and these things usually get pretty beat on, it's in really nice shape. No faded paint whatsoever. It was always in a carport. You can just see the color back there is great. So yeah, again, $2,200 for an 06 Element with 138,000 miles. I think that's pretty damn good. I'm sure most of you would agree. You can see it's missing this part over here. I'll get that from the junkyard. What happened was he had a tire blowout and it whacked that part off. He couldn't find it afterwards on the highway. But I'll get that real easy. It's minor shit. These are the kind of cars I like. You know, mechanically it's good. Just easy shocks, brakes, tires, which I'll buy a set of 4 used ones. This piece right here. That's really it. I mean, the inside's pristine on it. And I already did my oil headlight trick on this headlight over here. I'm gonna do this one in a minute. But even the black plastic on it's in great shape. I mean, that shit cleans up real nice with some Magic Erase or those plastic restorers they have at the auto parts store. But nice and straight body, no accidents. I'll show you guys the inside. I'll do a better video of it in daylight, obviously, but I'm just doing what I do when I buy a new car. I get home, I put it in the lights out here, and I check everything out. And look at that driver's seat. You never see these Element seats. This is always cracked right here, just from people getting in and out. Seats are in perfect shape. Got those suicide doors. And if you're not familiar with Elements, the seats in the back either fold flat to a bed, or you can fold them up like this, like I have this one, just so I could show you guys if you want to put cargo in. And obviously this seat does the same. Or they come out completely, and you have just the rubber floor back here. You can put all kinds of cargo and shit back here, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, the dash is in perfect shape. Let me show you guys how she runs. Windows work. I mean, really, besides those couple of, that's wear and tear stuff. Brakes, tires, shocks, you know, otherwise it's great. It's got that rebuilt transmission, shifts like butter. Let's see the mileage, 138, 618. No check engine lights, nothing funny. See what a difference that headlight versus this one that cleaned it up. It's a VTEC 2.4, I believe. See, it runs real good. No major oil leaks, a little minor leak up at the top here, but nothing. I've never seen an Element that's this age that doesn't leak a little bit of oil. But it runs real good. No noises on open throttle. Well maintained. It's got a brand new alternator, new starter. Now, I didn't buy this to flip. This is gonna be my daily. However, I always say that, and then you guys know what happens, end up flipping it. So we'll see. But right now it's here to stay, and I'm very happy with it. So that's the scoop. I'll show you guys a couple more features on it, and then I'm gonna run to the store before it closes. But let me show you. I'm gonna shut her off, save some gas. Even came with almost a full tank. Got a little Honda chime. It's got keyless entry. Let me show you how the liftgate works in the back. It's pretty neat. You got this, obviously it pops open, and then you have, where's the, right here. You got an actual tailgate, like a pickup truck. How neat is that? These are very functional little cars. I mean, they're not, people either love them or hate them. Some people think this looks like a hearse and it's ugly. I wouldn't say it's the most attractive car on the planet, but I kind of like boxy cars. So I've always kind of had a secret admiration for these. I never wanted to admit it back in the day when I was Mr. Biased, GM only, and then, you know, okay, domestic only. I mean, now I buy everything. You know, I have the Volkswagen Beetle, I've had Audis, I've had, you name it. And, you know, Hondas, I have no problem with Hondas. They've got their issues like anything else, but overall, these are very solid cars. Like I said, my buddy flips these, and he's had them as high as 280,000 miles, and they keep going. But I'll be making plenty more videos on this thing in the next couple of days. I'm gonna be putting new shocks on this thing ASAP, and tires and the front brakes. And hopefully, when I'm having that work done, I'll be able to identify if there's any more issues. I'll probably just bring it to my buddy first, have him put him up in the lift, and just go through it before I put any money into it, because if I find it's got a whole bunch of issues I didn't see, which again, based on how it drives after that 40-minute drive, I don't think it does, but we always brace for the worst and hope for the best. We go through it first, make sure it's solid, and if it is, I'll do the brakes and the tires and the shocks, and it should be good to go. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and keep an eye out for the next one.